What is up everyone, I am DeviantCringe, and ladies and gentlemen, it is time for another art review. Oh yes, ladies and gentlemen, oh yes, and just like usual, I got 3 awesome artists lined up for you guys and gals, so yeah, sit back, relax, and enjoy, and let's start it off with the first artist for this episode, called Siciliano. Yes, another hard to pronounce name, oh boy. Praise the King, a digital art student, Matt, male from Poland. He's been on DA for 3 years, and the picture that I'm going to take a look at from him is this one right here. Even Ninja Boy Want to Love, that's how it's called. And as you can see, it is pretty good, you know, definitely a really nice line work, as you can see, very nice and clean. Pretty cool detail work, especially over here on the clothing as well. And I gotta say, these are some pretty nice character designs and all that stuff. They actually look really nice. I like the anatomy and all that. Everything looks on point, really good, nice and defined. Like I said, the detail work on the clothing is really nice, as well as the coloring itself and all that. Plus, the simplistic little background, as you can see, is very beautiful. And over here, by the way, excuse me if there are any noises in the background and all that. Some assholes are doing some shit outside. Yeah, I can't really do much about that. But as you can see over here, there's a really subtle, you know, logo placement right here, very beautiful. So when I'm looking at this, you're already on a really good track, you know, your character design is on point, you know, the line work details and coloring is really good, but you should definitely work a bit on the faces of the characters, because the faces look a little bit too simplistic, you know, for the rest of their bodies. You know, their body's a little bit too complex and all. This character's nose kind of looks like it's floating away. It just seems like that for me. Sorry about my mic, in case you heard that. But yeah, that's pretty much the only thing I can say about this. Everything looks really nice. I especially love how good the you know, the posing and the anatomy of the characters is pretty awesome, so I gotta say. Even Ninja Boy Wanna Love. It's rare for me to do drawing inspired by song, but here it is. Marcel belongs to me. Neko Boy. Marco belongs to my friend Vamp Boy. The song, Speedpaint, YouTube, DeviantArt, Instagram, Twitter for affinity, of course commissions. You're definitely doing really well when it comes to the general design, you know, the coloring, line work and all that, but work just a little bit more on your facial anatomy, you know. And the next artist we're going to take a look at today is Chou. Can't wait for my 13th birthday. Digital art student, Chou, female from Venezuela, and she's been on DA for only 6 months. And of course, as you can see right here, you know, for even for her young age, you know, the amount of skill she has is pretty awesome. So definitely keep doing what you're doing and all that. And the first picture we're gonna take a look at from her is Vanilla. And again, as you can see, you know, even for such a young age, you know, the skill is definitely there. Although there definitely is still a little bit of work, you know, left to be done here and all that. Like, you have a lot of potential. But the first piece of advice I gotta say is, you know, try to steady your lines a little bit. You know, like there's a lot of like wobble and chop everywhere and all that. And if you were going for that particular style, then that's really nice and all. But in general, you know, always be sure to you know, steady your hand and all that. You know, make sure that everything looks nice and fluid. Don't be afraid to, you know, like erase a certain line and do it all over again, you know, until it looks just fine. And second of all, the hands definitely do look pretty funny and all that. I know that the hands and feet are usually the hardest to draw, so I won't say too much about that and all. Just, you know, just be sure to practice a little bit more. You know, try to you know, look at some other chibi styled pictures and all that and use that as a reference. Like this hand right here, it looks okay-ish, you know, for a chibi style. But this one looks really funny. It almost looks like the two fingers are fused right here. You know, there needs to be a little bit more definition. And the fingers themselves, like the pinky and the thumb, do look a little bit too sharp, you know, almost claw-like. So definitely be sure to work on that. So yeah, those are the things that you could work on a little bit, and everything else is actually pretty nice, you know. I do love the balance of the coloring, a very nice, you know, very nice soft colors and all. Over here, the detail work on the clothing is really good, as well as you can see over here we got some really nice looking shadows and all that. Very beautiful, very natural looking. So you're definitely giving a lot of attention to you know, those details, and that's always very commendable. So just be sure to work a little bit more on your line work, you know, try to make it a bit smoother, like you did with the, you know, with the dress and, you know, a little details in the body right here. Work a bit more on the hand anatomy, you know, try to get a feel for how chibi hands are drawn. Vanilla, wait, come back. Hey, sorry for being so inactive. I have lots of trouble with the internet and my parents lost electricity. Made this drawing while I could. I hope you all like it. It's my own new OC Vanilla. Well, I can definitely relate to you on that one. I remember, like, I think this was like a like at the beginning of this month or so, there were like some repairs being done on like the electrical grid near in my neighborhood and all that. And I swear to God, behind my house they completely tore up the you know, the power station. And like the power was out for like a whole goddamn day, and I was just ripping my hair out. And the second picture we're gonna check out is this one right here, called Dumb Luck. It's done in a little bit of a different style. You know, it's a bit of an older picture, but still, as you can see, it is pretty nice. You know, of course, we got the you know, we got the you know, more wobbly and choppy line work on the hair. So definitely, you know, we recommend you work on the line work on the hair, try to make it a little bit more smoother and all. Like the body of the character, it looks okay. The hands, of course, still look a little bit funky. And when I take a look at this picture and the one that you did most recently, you definitely improved on the anatomy on the part of the legs, because over here in this picture, it looks like the legs are way too far apart. You know, it kind of looks like they're coming out of the sides and instead of coming straight down. So you definitely did a good job on that. Also, the line work on the legs. You know, as you go down a little bit more, you know, it gets more choppy and all that, but over here it's kind of smooth, as well as over here on the torso of the character, the line work is nice and smooth. So just try to, you know, steady your hand to make everything else look more, you know, nice and uniform. And when it comes to the coloring, it's also pretty nice, as well as we can see more, you know, soft, you know, nice soft, mellow tones and all that. That's pretty cool. The shadows are really nice and natural looking. I definitely like that. You know, you're paying a lot of attention to detail. That's really well and good. And over here, it looks like the shoes. You know, the shoes are actually, you know, nice and in line with the outline of the character and all that. But over here, it kind of looks like it's going into a bit of a sharp point. Overall, the picture looks nice. Like I said, you definitely have a lot of potential for someone your age and all that. You know, since you already draw this well, just be sure to steady your hand a little bit more, make your line work nice and uniform, and of course improve a little bit more on your hand anatomy for chibi characters and all that. Dumb Luck, sorry for not uploading. I didn't feel like drawing because I'm a dumbass. Lol, I love you all, baby boys. If if any of you beans want an art trade, don't forget to ask. She's an OCA I haven't decided to name or anything. You can help me in the comments. And the third and final artist we're going to take a look at today is Just Your Average Girl 1, a DeviantArt artist, Just Your Average Girl 1, female from the United States. She has been on DA for 2 years. And the first picture we're going to take a look at from her is Danny Fitton fan art. Yes, everyone. And as you can see, it really looks nice for the most part. You know, it's in line with the style of the show and all that. But the eyes, however, do look a little bit out of place and all that. I don't know what it is, but it just seems that way. This line right here, it's pretty nice and all that. I do love these you know, colored or like solid white outlines around the character to make them stick out and all that. But you should definitely work to make it a little bit more smoother, because right now it's way too choppy. And it sort of like ruins the look of the picture, not by too much. As well as this color right here, like it looks nice for the most part, but as you can see, there definitely is a little bit of wobble right here. So yeah, in general, just try to make it a little bit more smoother. Danny Finn fan art. I drew Danny, and I have to say it turned out well. It may look shirty, because they don't have the right tools to actually make it top-notch quality, so this is what I got. Well, you know, with the stuff that you have right now, you did pretty well, so thumbs up to that. And the second picture we're going to take a look at from her is Boku no Hero Academia Ochako Uraraka. And this is actually pretty good, I gotta say. Like, I really do love how you left a little bit of white in the picture, you know, to give it a sort of a shine and all that. It does look good, but over here on the shirt, the white mixed with the gray kind of sort of makes it look like her shirt is a little bit metallic and all that. The only thing you gotta work on a bit is the face, you know. The rest of the picture looks nice, it's like a sketch drawing and all that, but the face just makes it look a little bit off, you know. The eyes are different sizes, you know, the blush is in, yeah, it's different shapes and all that in different positions, and the mouth definitely does make it look out of place, you know. The, you know, the drawing in general, you know, the attention to detail, the coloring is pretty nice, but you should really work on the face, you know. Basically, my advice is, you know, just to get a picture of the character, you know, a front-facing picture like this, and use that as a side reference for when you're drawing. You know, try to make you know, the eyes, you know, more symmetrical, and of course improve a little bit on the mouth and all that stuff. And I do actually think that the mouth looks like it's a little bit too high up on the face to make it kind of makes it look like the face is a little bit too small for the head. So definitely work on those two things. and maybe try to color the shirt in a little bit differently to not make it look so metallic. Boku no Hero Academia Ochaku Uraraka. This is my very first Boku no Hero Academia fan art piece in a completely different style. I sketched her out myself and then traced and colored with pen. It actually turned out pretty great and I feel accomplished. Well, you definitely should, you know, the general drawing itself really looks nice, but, you know, like I said, work a little bit more on your face, and, yeah, you'll definitely get better in no time. So, yeah, that's pretty much it. Well, everyone, that about wraps it up for this art review episode. Yeah, we got a pretty nice mix of artists, you know, today. You know, that, like, we got one that's already up there in quality, and, of course, two with definitely a lot of potential, and of course I wish them all the very best of luck. You know, always be sure to practice as much as you can whenever you can, and yeah, you will get better in no time. So yeah, everyone, thank you all so much for watching. Be sure to subscribe, press the bell icon, and if you wish to support me, page link is in the description below, and as always, I am DeviantCringe. I'll be seeing you guys again in the next video.